no effect on the economy?
You're going to have to bring people, you're going to have to send people out. Look,
So
we're a
what will you
country,
do?
Maria, we're a country of laws. We either have a country or we don't have a country. We are a country of laws. Going to have to go out, and they'll come back, but they're going to have to go out, and hopefully they get back. But we have no choice if we're going to run our country properly and if we're going to be a country.
All right, to the point, I guess. Joining us now is Kevin Williamson. He's author and columnist at National Review. He's a roving correspondent and author of a brand new book, The Case Against Trump. There it is on your TV screen. Hello, sir. Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you.
Congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
All right, how do you think Trump did in the debate yesterday? Let's start there.
I thought Trump's performance in the last couple of debates has been fairly poor. I think that his shtick of talking without saying anything, which was maybe sort of attractive in the earliest stages of the campaign, is starting to wear off a bit, where people are starting to demand in their minds some more detail from him, some more substance about what he actually is that he plans to do. And of course, he's having trouble delivering that because I don't think he knows, honestly.
All right. So who did well? You've written pieces, one the other day about how you had touted Ted Cruz as a possibility way back, and now I would believe after last night you're smiling and you're probably happy about his performance.
Yeah, well, Ted's been fine. You know, I mean, there's two different questions. There's who do I like and who I think is going to do well.
Right.
You know, I mean, politically, I'm probably closer to Rand Paul than I am to anyone else, but he's probably not really going to be the nominee. I've argued for a long time, I think it's really a Cruz versus Rubio race, and I thought they both had quite admirable performances last night. They're very different sorts of characters. You know, Marco Rubio is this sort of, attractive, inspiring, uplifting guy. He does that, rah-rah American thing, which is great. Cruz is a little, sterner. He's more of a culture warrior. He's not, Mr. Smiley. But I think there's a lot of people on the right who are looking more for someone like that. So I think that ultimately this is a race that ends up between those guys. Jeb seems to be fading away. He's a guy who was a good governor a long time ago, but that was a whole different era. And I don't, see much of a case for him, and he certainly hasn't helped himself by making one. He just hasn't been able to find, why Jeb and not somebody else. So yeah, I think long term, it's a couple of months from now, we're looking really at a Cruz-Rubio race.
All right, the book, The Case Against Trump. Why write that, and what is your case against Trump?
Yeah, well, I wrote it because he's bad for the country, and I think beyond being bad for the Republican Party and the conservative movement, he's just an absolute cancer on the body politic. So the case against Trump, in short, is we'll do a thought experiment. Imagine you have someone who is a very successful business person who inherited a splendid family fortune based on real estate, who became sort of a tawdry tabloid celebrity for various reasons, parlayed that into a reality television show career, and then parlayed that into a bunch of really profitable merchandising deals, and tell me why Paris Hilton should be president of the United States. I mean, there's just not a good argument, and he's had essentially an identical career. Minus the sex tape, he's pretty much Paris Hilton. He doesn't really know anything about anything. His keynote issue, of course, has been immigration, about which he doesn't seem to know very much either. For instance, while building a wall and a series of barriers would be a really good idea, it doesn't address the fact that the majority of our illegal immigrants don't come by walking over the southern border. They come through the airports on visas and overstays. He's had very little to say about how to deal with that.
But neither is any other candidate.
No, and I think that's the great failure of the Republican Party and those candidates. And you've seen it not just here, but also abroad, especially in Europe, where you've got the rise of these right-wing anti-immigrant populist parties, where you've got responsible political parties and political institutions that refuse to deal seriously with the problem of immigration.
I agree, yeah.
You leave the door open for the irresponsible ones. So we have sown that on the right and on the left, and Trump is what we're reaping.
But let me ask
for
you
our
this.
sins.
Let me throw it back at you in a sense here. And if Paris Hilton decided she was going to run for president, would she be the front runner today? And if not, why is Trump the front runner and she wouldn't make it?
Well, she might very well, actually.
You don't believe that?
I do, actually. Celebrity is an enormously important thing for people who aren't very smart. And people who dominate...
You don't think that he's smarter than her?
No, I don't.
From what we know of both of them, you wouldn't...
No reason to believe it. No, he can hardly form an English sentence. No, I mean, a guy who inherits $400 million worth of New York City real estate, 27,000 different parcels, yeah, he ends up a billionaire in life. I mean, you would have to try hard not to. So no, I'm not at all impressed by any display of brain power that he's made so far.
Then what's I hate to interrupt.
No,
I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Sure,
So
yeah.
then what's the attraction? His 15 minutes of fame, as Michelle Malkin said to us earlier in the show, is now hundreds and hundreds of hours. Are the Republican electorate and even national polls, is the public that stupid?
Yes, the public is stupid. I mean, Barack Obama's been elected president of the United States twice. The public is stupid.
That's true.
But yeah, I think it's a combination of celebrity and the immigration issue, which Republicans have systematically and consistently failed to deal with in any sort of responsible and robust way. People really care about that problem, not just illegal immigration, but also legal immigration, which most people think is at levels that are too high and that are disruptive. And no one is really talking about
So
that very seriously.
we got a minute left. So it's going to be President Donald Trump inaugurated in January of 2017. Are you leaving the country?
No, I'm not really a leave the country kind of guy, although I like Switzerland. It's nice. I'm a stay and fight kind of guy. I think it would be catastrophic if we did that. I think that we would end up, in 2019, looking back longingly at the stability and statesmanship of the Barack Obama years by way of comparison with Trump, who is, he's a very angry buffoon.
All right. Well, I wish you would tell us what you really felt
I always
about
try to.
Trump and the book, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of you are going to get the hate mail. Why did you have this guy on? Well, read the book if you really want to get angry and you want to find out why I had him on. And there he is, a man who I respect, Kevin Williamson, and the book is The Case Against Trump. Thank you for coming on, sir.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. All right, folks. Up next, the Malzberg panel. But first, who won the GOP debate? That's the question we want you to answer. All you do now is log on to newsmaxpolls.com and vote. We want to hear from you.